originally scheduled for July 22nd in San Diego. Norton suffered a rib injury. Match was postponed. LeDoux felt it was an alibi for Norton to buy more time. He felt Norton wasn't really ready for that fight.
It might well have been, but Norton is ready today. He's down to slim, trim self. He's got a 31-inch waist, and he looks like Norton of old. There's no fat or no flabber on him, and no fat on his face. And he's come out with a stinging jab.
Bernie Norton's major problem has been, is he still interested in boxing? Can he get himself psyched up?
I think he is today. From talking to him, he seems to be very clear as to where he's going. He's dedicated this fight to Bob Byron, his manager, and then he ripples in the famous singer. He's serious. He's determined.
Bob Byron is back in San Diego fighting for his life after brain surgery. And singer Eddie Riperton died of cancer last month at the age of 31, and Ken was close to Minnie and her family. In fact, Ken brought some of the family here to Bloomington for today's fight. We're in round one. Scheduled 10-rounder. Ken Norton on the right, Scott LeDoux on the left. Minute and a half remaining in round one.
And so far, Kenny is fighting the fight that he wanted to fight. Coming ahead with a stinging jab and chasing LeDoux to the ropes. LeDoux is not fighting the fight he wanted to fight in middle distance, trying to tie up Kenny.
LeDoux's best chance against Norton, he admits, would be to connect on the chin early to take advantage of potential early nerves that Norton might be suffering from, but LeDoux may lack the coordination which would allow Norton to get himself together later on.
Yes, and in order to connect, you have to throw, and that's what Scott has not been doing. He's been catching, but he hasn't been throwing.
Norton setting up LeDoux on the ropes and lands with the left.
Kenny's fighting exactly the way he wants to fight. He's coming forward in that crab-like style, dragging his foot behind him, but with a stinging jab. As long as that jab goes in, Scott's not going to get anything off.
30 seconds left, round one, and the crowd responding to LeDoux. LeDoux missing with the left. Landing with the left.
Scott must try to trade jabs as he did just then. His face is already getting red.
Final seconds of round one from the Met Center in Bloomington, Minnesota. This is round two. Marv Albert with Dr. Ferdy Pacheco from Bloomington, Minnesota. Ken Norton on the left, Scott LeDoux on the right. The feeling around here has been that LeDoux would need almost a perfect fight to beat Norton. The key for both, to get the other guy to back up. Norton does not fight well going back, and he says candidly his reverse gear doesn't work that well.
That's right. I've never seen him go back too much. I've seen him in 3 fights with Muhammad Ali. He came forward for 3 fights. When you do that against the great Muhammad Ali, you know you're a forward fighter. Kenny was off balance. He threw a punch and went back. The fans thought it meant something.
Crowd overreacting on that last punch landed by LeDoux. Right hand by Norton, and LeDoux shakes his head as if to say, didn't hurt.
That little bravado cost you nothing. He came back to the corner bleeding from the nose. He stood between rounds, which is not good for Scott. But Norton, like the complete pro he is, sat down, and he's calmly taking him apart.
Combination by LeDoux, but did not affect Norton. Scott LeDoux, 30 years old, 6'1½", 218 pounds, out of Crosby, Minnesota. He's won 25, 17 by knockout. He's lost 7, and he's fought 3 draws. A particularly disputed draw against Leon Spinks.
Right now he's letting Kenny dictate the tempo of the fight. That's not to his advantage. That's what he must do.
Didn't hurt Norton, though.
But he must get close, punch in a flurry, and grab Norton before he can punch again. Norton has to keep that jab going, and he's doing it.
Referee Wally Holm breaking it. 1 minute left, round 2.
And Marv curve, you can certainly see that fans create a great advantage for a fighter. Any little thing that Scott does brings a great roar, whereas Kenny is going to work systematically, not drawing any kind of a reaction.
Missing as he had LeDoux up against the ropes. A lunging left hand attempted by Ken Norton. 30 seconds remaining. Round 2. Combination by LeDoux, and as you can hear, the crowd loves it.
That's what Scott's got to do. Scott just showed you how to win the fight. Those punches and move away or grab them.
Oh, landed with the left. Time running down here, round number 2.
Action.
Round 3, scheduled 10 from the Met Center, Bloomington, Minnesota. Ken Norton in the final seconds of round 2 landed hard with a left to the head on Scott LeDoux.
He didn't get Scott in trouble, but he's beginning to land very hard punches. Scott still stood between.
LeDoux going right back at Norton against the ropes, and again the crowd overreacting. That time a good shot to Norton. Referee Wally Holmes breaking them apart.
Scott has to maintain this kind of energy and this kind of excitement. That was a low blow, low blow. Low blow by Kenny. Unintentional.
Kenny apologized, but LeDoux did not exactly accept the apology.
No, it's hard to when you're hurting.
Uppercut by Norton with no effect. Left hand by Norton. Good left hook by Norton.
Good rally by Norton. Norton is fighting just the kind of fight he wants. Calm, planned, methodical. He's systematically taking him apart. Good body shot by Scott. Good thumping body shot. He must do more of that if he's going to slow down Norton and keep him off of him.
A minute left. Round 3.
Scott is being hit by these hooks and by these jabs. He doesn't seem to be able to put up his right hand.
And Norton with the edge over these first 3. LeDoux landing to Norton back with strong left. Combination by Norton. 30 seconds left. Round 3. You may catch blinking lights in just a couple of seconds. Those are reminders to the fighter that the round is in the process of concluding. Norton with a good shot to the head of LeDoux. Final seconds, round 3. Round 4 underway, no knockdowns thus far. Scott LeDoux and Ken Norton, both outstanding all-around athletes. LeDoux played both offensive and defensive tackle at the University of Minnesota in Duluth. Played amateur hockey the past couple of years. Ken Norton played football, basketball, and track. Combination by LeDoux, but Norton able to shed it all.
And that's been the tempo of the fight, which you just saw. Scott came in with a good combination, but got nailed on the way in. In all fairness, Norton has not been as effective with his legs. His legs do not appear to have that spring and pop that they had 5 or 6 years ago. He stumbled all over himself. He's been out of balance several times.
Further, does Norton actually overthink or outthink himself?
I believe he outthinks himself. I think Norton's one of the smartest fighters around, and by that I mean in intelligence, not in ring intelligence.
Good left by Norton.
As long as as Norton is fighting on instinct and coming forward, he's a fearsome fighter. He's a devastating puncher, and he's very hard to hit. But LeDoux's giving him all he wants.
Halfway through round 4 from the Met Center, Bloomington, Minnesota, Marv Albert with the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco. A record gate in the state of Minnesota for boxing.
Again, the typical 1-2 to the body by Scott and a beautiful hook to the head by Norton to stop him.
Norton scoring on the body of LeDoux, who says, come on, keep coming.
Scott LeDoux just said, come on, and Norton just said, I'm coming. Great leverage by Norton in his punches.
Uppercut landed by Norton.
Inside uppercuts, right hands, hooks to the body.
LeDoux accepting a lot of leather here in round 4.
Well, we've always known Scott LeDoux has no shortage of heart. He's certainly showing it today.
30 seconds left, round 4.
Norton is dominating the fight.
That right hand landed by LeDoux. Counter by Norton. Final seconds, round 4. The penalty box over at the far side, but not looking very happy. I wonder if he will remain there throughout the fight. He has been known to depart from the arena. It's not going well.
He has a history of taking a walk. Very difficult.
This is round 5. It has been all Norton, who is pressing and pressing, always moving forward. Kenny Norton, step 1 in a comeback bid, and he needs an impressive victory over Scott LeDoux to convince people. Lost today, and the boxing career of Norton could be all over. He has lost his last 2 fights. First round KO by Ernie Shavers, and a great fight, but he lost the 15-round decision to the WBC heavyweight champ Larry Holmes.
Which, by the way, turned out to be one of the better heavyweight championship fights in the last 10 years. I'd like to see a rematch. Beautiful inside uppercut by Norton made LeDoux bounce on his feet.
Right hand glanced to the side of the head of Norton.
And Norton has a history of starting out big and then slowing down in the middle round. Right now he's way ahead, but if he slows down and lets Scott get brave and get started, then he's got trouble, because who knows how old he is and who knows what that toll took.
Kenny Norton is listed at 34. One of the local writers wrote that he is 37, maybe 38, which did not particularly delight Norton when he read the paper this morning.
Whatever he's got one of the most fantastic fights he's ever seen inside of a boxing ring, whatever age he is.
Oh, that left hand landed by Norton. A minute left in the 5th round. We're at the Met Center, Bloomington, Minnesota. LeDoux is shaken now.
LeDoux, I think, has hurt his nose again. He's grabbed his nose. It's been broken several times. He looks like he's having trouble breathing out of his nose. Beautiful combination. Over, under, over.
30 seconds left. Round 5. And Norton has LeDoux in trouble here.
But LeDoux's fighting back. What a heart he's got. What a heart Scott LeDoux's got. He just won't quit.
Final seconds. Round 5. Ken Norton appears to be unmarked, while LeDoux in a struggle in round 5. is round 6.
Scott's coming out trying anything to keep him off. He's got to do some fighting. He hasn't won a round.
Norton is talking to LeDoux.
Yeah, Norton's playing when he shouldn't be playing. That's what's happened to him in various fights. He can't keep his mind on business. He should get right down to it.
That cost him in round 14 of the Yankee Stadium fight against Muhammad Ali.
It cost him against Holmes. But he's back. Hard. Muhammad Ali told me it's one of the hardest body shots he ever took from Norton. He also told me he's one of the hardest men to hit he's ever fought. And when you know how good a puncher Muhammad Ali was, you understand how hard Kenny Norton is to hit.
There's that jab of Norton, flicking it and landing the right to the body. And LeDoux is taking a lot of punishment.
Beautiful combination by Norton. Following him to the corner. He's all business now.
And it's all Norton.
It's all business, and he had to look good, and he's certainly looking good. This is championship caliber boxing. There's no reason that Norton could be kept out of title contention off a battle like this if he keeps it up for the rest of the fight.
We are in round 6. Marv Albert and Ferdy Pacheco from the Met Center, Bloomington, Minnesota. We have a minute left in the round.
All of a sudden, Norton's gone into slow motion. Is he resting? Is he getting tired? Very flat-footed.
Tries the uppercut off the peekaboo and takes a right hand from LeDoux.
LeDoux is not all taking. He's also punishing when he's coming off on the ropes. But the ratio is 25-1 just about. Norton's on the ropes and he's getting punished.
We're approaching the 10-second mark for round 6. And the Norton assault on Scott LeDoux continues. We're back with round 7. Ken Norton on the right, Scott LeDoux on the left. LeDoux described as an aggressive falling fighter who can take a punch and usually takes many. That is all he has been doing here today.
Many in this city. The opinion in this city was this fight would not go 4 or 5 rounds either way. And here we are. Scott still taking fearsome punishment. Norton's corner sending him out. Finish it up.
Again, a body blow by Norton.
They're trading jabs, but Scott's getting worse with the jab. He is taking an awful lot of very strong punishment with the body. But Norton is dragging his foot in that crab-like fashion behind him as he's done all his career. Keeping his gloves up high, keeping his right hand crossed over his chest. Hard to hit.
And that awkward dragging of the foot by Norton was severely criticized in a pre-fight press conference by Scott LeDoux, who was rather vocal about the style of Norton. Norton did not retort, just let it go.
No, because everybody is criticized the style, but if they say in boxing when it works for you, do it. After all, they criticized Muhammad Ali for carrying his left hand too low, and look where it got him. Now he's really quick.
Norton continues to score on LeDoux.
The left hand is stiff and punishing. 8, 9, 10 times he throws it. And Scott seems incapable of answering.
That was a rare combination thrown by LeDoux.
And good right hand.
Less than a minute remaining in round round 7.
Whoa, boy, he said. Norton just said to Scott, whoa, stand still.
Norton, a capable technician of the ring. Style is both graceful and, as LeDoux has pointed out, awkward. But very effective.
LeDoux just can't get off that right hand as long as that left is in his face continuously. Proves the value of the jabs.
Final seconds, round 7. This is round 8. Reminder of the scoring of the fight on a 10-point must system. The standing 8 count in effect here in the state of Minnesota has been waived. The count does not continue after the bell. The fighter can be saved by the bell. We have not yet had a knockdown. It has been all Ken Norton.
Don't you tell you what optimist cornerman can be. Scott LeDoux's corner just said he's now tired. He's dragging his feet. It's now time to go after him and finish it off. That time. But look what he's done. He's come out in the whole beginning of this round. The rap on Norton was as long as he's going forward in fighting, he is devastating. But when he stops fighting, lets the other guys start, he just quits altogether. This happened to him with Scott when young. It happened to him with old. If you could get a little Joe Frazier's blood into Kenny Norton will be the champion for a long time to come.
Solid left thrown by Norton. Norton is the first to admit that he also lacks what can be termed a killer.
He's had an eye. Norton's got a thumb in the eye and he can't see. Now this is Scott Clark.
Looks to be the left eye for the...
Yes, he's blinking in the left eye.
Halfway through round 8, but suddenly a turn.
Scott doesn't know how to take advantage of it. He's too tired, too weary, or just doesn't know how.
LeDoux continues to maul and brawl and has not been able to land an effective blow.
Something's still bugging him. He cannot see it. It looks like a little cut on the inside, but it's certainly bothering him.
Crowd responding to LeDoux. It looks like Norton has settled down, although he's still having difficulty with the eye.
Oh, he's settled down all right.
Norton is all right, apparently.
He is settled down. He's past the trouble. He can't see out of that left eye good.
He's not in with a combination. 30 seconds left, round 8.
Scott's chance is flying by. If he doesn't do anything now, he is crazy. Good.
All right, final second in round 8, and we're going to stay right here and check out the corner of Ken Norton. The hand for Scott LeDoux.
The ring doctor is looking at the eye. It doesn't appear to be a big cut. He's giving him the eye test to see if he can see whether there's two fingers held in front of him. Apparently he's letting him go. He signals it's okay. They're putting an ice bag, which is exactly what they should do to reduce the swelling.
Lying, baby. Kick his ass. He did that deliberately. I'd stick a fucking thumb in his eye, too. Referee, watch the thumb. He got him twice. Come on, kill his ass. Don't back off with fucking eye. You can see with one eye. Come on. Let's go. Oh!
This corner is complaining the referee his thumb twice.
Dr. John Souther checking it over in Norton's corner along with Bill Slayton, Eddie Bossman Jones, and Earl McClure. see if we can measure the effect of that eye injury.
I think the effect is going to be Kenny's going to get madder, and he's going to do some devastating punishment. Scott had a magnificent opportunity. For a minute and a half, he had him blind.
This is round 9 from the Met Center, Bloomington, Minnesota.
And for the first time, he's giving as good as he takes. Good, fast fight action. Last round and this round. Scott fighting back. He throws a jab with a thumb open, and that's what hit him.
The crowd attempting to urge the hometown favorite, Scott LeDoux, on, but again, Norton able to land.
But Norton does not pardon him. Norton's on him. Norton's on him like glue right now. Devastating punishment being inflicted on Scott, but Scott is still coming back.
Good combination by LeDoux to get the crowd going. We are in round 9. Fight has turned. What with Norton taking the thumb of the eye in the 8th round, halfway through round 9.
And Norton is showing signs of weariness, as well he should. He's on most of the fighting for 9 rounds. Now, this is the kind of fight that Scott is used to. Mauling, pushing up against the ropes, laces, gloves, thumbing the eye. He's got everything going for him right now, and this is not Norton's fight. Less than a minute. Terrific fighting off the ropes by Norton.
And LeDoux got in with a blow to Norton's head. Norton having difficulty getting off the ropes, and LeDoux gets him again.
They're pitching and catching, and they're taking turns. Norton is sitting on the middle rope. He's using anything he can to rest right now. He is one weary fighter.
All right, let's get out of there. Let's get out of there. Come on.
And the referee, Wally Holmes, finally gets them apart as we approach the final seconds of round number 9. LeDoux hurt Norton. LeDoux hurt Norton here in the final seconds.
Extremely weary.
LeDoux on. This is the final round, round number 10 from the Met Center in Bloomington. LeDoux on the left, Norton on the right. LeDoux with a rally in the late rounds and being urged on by the crowd.
A standing ovation for the 10th round, and these fighters deserve it.
Bertie, in all fairness to Ken Norton, as we mentioned at the start, this was a briefing clear from the rail. In all fairness, it is very difficult to look impressive against Scott LeDoux, but this fight is certainly, no matter what happens from here on in the final round, is not a convincer for Norton.
It has not been, no. Norton expected to be much more impressive than he was. He was very impressive at the beginning.
There is Sandy LeDoux.
But he's getting hit.
We might add, although LeDoux continues to come up.
His legs are going away from him. Scott's on top of him on the rope.
And Ken Norton is down.
He's down. Norton is down.
Scott LeDoux has knocked down Ken Norton. A weary Ken Norton. LeDoux will hope to finish it off right here.
And who would have thunk it, folks, after the first 8 rounds?
The crowd on its feet, cheering LeDoux on as he looks to conclude it.
Scott can't get careless now. Norton's on the verge of a knockout, but he's dangerous. He cannot get careless. Norton is weary. Can all of that be added up?
Norton doesn't know where he is at this moment.
At this moment, he is completely in another planet. A good shove would put him down, and remember, there's a 3 knockdown rule in effect. 3 times and it's over.
This is the final round of a scheduled 10-rounder.
Scott got him and doesn't know has no legs. He has no legs. A good shot will put Norton on his backside.
LeDoux has not been able to connect. We are not sure how much time remains here in round 10.
And this crowd is on its feet. It is going berserk. 30 seconds to go. A ring announcer just announced. Kenny's trying to make a comeback here. Scott's let him off the hook. What a finish to a fight. There he is. There he is.
Norton in trouble again. We're approaching the final seconds. Here's Norton. There is Norton going over the ropes.
He's being given 8. He's being let go.
Oh, he's going to let him go. It appeared that he called it. Wait a moment.
No.
They are
No,
all
that is
stopping
not.
the fight. At first, the referee...
No, the referee says no. The fight is not stopped. The referee says no.
The Scott LeDoux corner is assuming that they have won, but there is chaos in the ring.
The referee has made a very, very bad error of looking like he called the fight off, but he did not. Now he can't take it back. There's too many people. Now we're having a big problem.
At first, it appeared the referee who was out of the...
Get out of here! That was the end of the round!
But we'll have to wait and see.
Well, it makes no difference now. He's taking his gloves off, his stick and his wrappings off, and it's academic now. Well, if it was the end of the fight, then they did not flash the 15-second lights, which would be another failing.
Well,
in any case, it is a brouhaha of major proportions.
They have had a problem here in the final round, as we mentioned, with the timing. The 15-second indicator was not working.
The difficulty came with the stopping of the clock to get the ice out of the corner. Apparently, they did not keep the time correctly. No one knows if the fight was over if he won it. Right now, no one's made any indication. Apparently, the fight is over, and they are now going to judge it by the scorecards, which will be extremely difficult because it is possible Ken Norton won on the scorecards, which would be a cause for a great deal of unhappiness in the Twin City tonight.
So here is a situation where both Ken Norton and Scott LeDoux, who have been a part of more than their share of controversial conclusions, are both involved right now. The referee apparently was stopping or was indicating to both corners that the fight was over, that the 10th round had concluded. The LeDoux corner took it for granted that the fight was stopped. That was not the case, and we'll have a decision.
In any case, it was less than a clear-cut case of correct officiating. One must say that in control of a major fight, you should know at all times, and your indications should be such that leave no doubt in either corner as to whether the fight was on or off, and certainly that's not the case here. We have a genuine controversy, and a genuine objection can be lodged by Scott should he lose his fight.
Well, the judges, Denny Nelson and Leroy Benson, both of whom are licensed referees, are from the Minneapolis area. The same for the referee, Wally Holmes, so we shall see.
Well, that really doesn't make any difference in that. As the fights are over, as the rounds are over, you turn in your scorecard. So you cannot do one of those last-minute revamping of thoughts. He might have won the last few rounds and lost the first 8.
Here's a look at the knockdown of Kenny Norton.
Terrific right hand was blocked. He was going down front. Now that was a good right uppercut, a left hand, and let's cut to the decision.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a split decision. races at 95-94, favor of Scott LeDoux. Eddie Nelson judging 96-94, Ken Norton. The deciding ballot cast by Leroy Benson, judging 95 LeDoux, 95 Norton. It's a draw.
A draw is given. A draw is given, which is as good as a defeat for Ken Norton and his opportunity. It is regrettable that it ended on such an anticlimactic note following such a dramatic and spectacular fight.
So another disputed draw